All right. Well, welcome one and all to Yoga Moves's slash Danielle Fazio slash High Altitude Yoga. We're going to be doing a Myoflow today. And what myoflow or myofascial release flow is we're going to combine some wind down, release from the day, but at the same time, might even build a little bit of heat in the body to help us release class. Please make sure you make a comment and let me know what you guys are looking for either in this video feed. You can head over to my Instagram or Facebook feeds, and I would just love to hear from what you guys want to see in the future. And I'm going to introduce you very briefly to a couple of the tools we're going to be using today, and then we're going to get right into it because we only have 57 minutes left here. So the first tool we're going to use today, I use what are called rad rollers, and they are self-myofascial release tools. I'm going to walk up so you guys can see them a little bit better right here. Okay. So we have a set of double rollers, okay, and we have a single roller. Now, not everybody's going to have these tools at home, so I showed you 2 weeks ago how to make these for yourself. I'm going to show you one more time, and we'll do a really brief one here. So you can see, if you remember Lollipop Ghosts with Tootsie Pops from elementary school, all I did was I bundled up a very small washcloth, covered it with a secondary one, and used a rubber band, like a hair tie right here. So you can make your own single one that way. A tennis ball also works really, really well. And then for the double roller, what I've done is I took 2 tennis balls, put them into a tube sock. You can kind of see the comparison here. And created the same thing by tying the tube sock at the top. And again, tennis balls work well. You can do that same balled up washcloth right here. All right, so you do you choose what works for you. And we're going to get right into it. We may do some other things throughout class today, but I will make sure you guys have some alternatives. If you don't have anything set up for you right now, which a lot of you probably don't, take a couple minutes, go get yourself set up, because we're going to start on our mats just with some simple breathing. So you've got some time to go get what you need to make today's class productive for you. It's going to be productive with or without the tools, all right? So you do you. Let's go ahead and come down onto our mats to start out with, and we're going to come into a child's pose. So we'll bring the knees apart. Toes are going to touch, and we're going to let the hips sit back. Stretch the arms out nice and long. And if you have a prop with you, we're going to open up the chest a little bit more today. Again, a couple stacks of Legos, some couch pillows. Okay, maybe even a couple of Tupperware right here work really well. We're going to place a prop underneath the hands and really let the chest fall through right here. If you have 2 props, a couple of water bottles or something, also works really well. Let the forehead come down, and we'll start with a couple of deep breaths. Big inhale through the nose, and then as you exhale, release any tension out the mouth. Again, really big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And we're going to do that one more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then just stay here for a moment. Check in with your body. Let your breathing return to normal, and notice any areas of tension in the body. Notice where you're already feeling pretty open, relaxed, supple. And perhaps take inventory of the thoughts that cross your mind. Perhaps at the end of the day, there's nothing but mud up there. Sometimes I think myself at the end of the day that it's sort of, you know how you separate your laundry into different colors, or at least maybe we used to, not so much anymore. I feel like my mind at the end of the day a lot of times is, instead of separating all the laundry into whites and towels and sheets and delicates and coloreds and darks and what have you, it's sort of like you throw everything in the washing machine because you just don't have the time throughout the day to separate it. And then the next thing you know, you're just running everything on the same thing, and it's a big muddled mess of very colorful things in that washing machine. And maybe that's where your mind is today. And we're going to Not so much try to sort out that laundry. Okay, there's a lot of sorting to do in just under an hour, but maybe we can, instead of even worrying about the laundry, we can take some of that pressure off of ourselves as we wind down and realize that a couple of pink shirts or pink socks aren't the end of the world, and some of those thoughts that creep into our head throughout the day don't really need to be there. Not that big of a deal. Good. On the next inhale, go ahead and come all the way up into a tabletop position. If you were using those props, move them over to the side. That way you have some space on your mat, but access to what you need. Good. And then start with the fingers facing forward, some simple cat-cow. So as you inhale, knees under hips, let the belly drop, chest lifts, gaze lifts. And as you exhale, curl the tailbone under and think about rippling, just like a wave, all the way through the spine as your chin drops to your chest. Okay, plant the knuckle mounds down. Inhale, lift the chest, let the belly drop. Open the whole front side of the body. Big breath. And as you exhale, spread into the space between the shoulder blades and think about stretching the whole back side of your body. Creating that space. Letting go. One more time. Inhale, breath. And then exhale, breath. Big scoop and round. Good. Okay, plant the hands, roll the eyes of the elbows forward, come back to a neutral spine, tailbone curls under, so a little scoop here. As you inhale, breathe nice and deep, chest spreads, shoulders spread across the back, and exhale, tuck the toes and lift the hips, downward facing dog. So first down dog, always an option to stay in that tabletop. Bend the knees right to left, right to left. Notice how the backs of your legs are feeling today, how the whole back side of your body's feeling. If you're really tight through the chest, you might even find down dog to be a little difficult to hold right now. You might find you're rounding a lot through the back. Bend the knees so the chest can drop a little more, and then really draw the eyes of the elbows forward. Maybe take the hands a little bit wider right here. Okay. And then everyone on the next inhale, we're going to tippy toe, creep all the way up to the very tip top of your mat. Okay, keep the feet nice and wide, grab the elbows, softly bend the knees or generously bend them and sway, just like a big elephant trunk from side to side right here. Good. Okay, go ahead and roll all the way through to center. Nice deep bend in the right leg, straighten through the left leg and plant the right hand down. Again, using that prop if it's available to you. As you inhale, start to lengthen through the spine and then lengthen through the left arm. And then take a couple big circles right here. Okay, even maybe just some pendulum swings with the arm if that feels better. Maybe a little cactus stretch right here. And then back to center, switch sides. So hand on the proper ground, left hand there, left knee bends. Inhale, lengthen through the spine and then reach the right arm all the way up. Same thing here, pendulum swings, side to side. Okay. If you haven't already connected your movement with your breath, okay, I'm not as worried about that ujjayi breath here. We're not really trying to develop a lot of heat in the body, but if you can seal the lips from time to time, breathe in and out the nose, you're going to find a little bit of heat comes nicely with that breath. Come all the way back to center. As long as you have nice, slow, steady breathing, that's good, right? Inhale, reach the chest forward. Exhale, dive it down, belly to thighs. Grab a hold of a little ball if you have it. If you don't, run and grab a washcloth, ball it up. Okay, place it on your mat, and on the next inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Big stretch, inhale, reach back. Exhale, hand to heart center. Okay, we're going to start by rolling our feet out right here before we take a couple of sun salutations. So grab that roller, whatever it is that you're using, tennis ball. Ask your kids, go and fetch one from your dog instead of the other way around. Okay, we're going to place it underneath the right foot. Okay. And then press down right underneath the arch. Okay, just a little bit of pressure. I'm going to show you this from the side so you can see how far apart my legs are. Okay, the closer your legs are together, the more intense this weight could be in the front foot. So I like to step a little further back and roll some weight back a little bit here. That way I can control the pressure that I'm putting down onto this little ball right here. Okay, we're just going to add a little pressure, a little hold and release. Okay, it's called a pin and hold. Okay. Good. Do that a couple of times, finding maybe some little hot spots. Change where the ball is. Okay, so bring it outside, inside the foot, top and bottom. Get right underneath the foot pad and then make little rainbows side to side. Okay, so if you were here a couple weeks ago, we said myofascial release. Myo means muscle. Fascia is that wrap that surrounds single or bundles of muscles. It surrounds a lot of things in your body, so it's certainly not just something that surrounds your muscles, but myofascia is the fascia that surrounds your muscles. It gets really bound up over time. You're going to notice it in little hot spots and tightness in your body. Repetitive movement, repetitive non-movement can create some tension right there, so we're just trying to slowly and gently release it. Okay, we don't want to go for tingling, hot spots, too much pain, too much intensity. We can be really gentle here and still reap a lot of benefits, including better hydration of the muscles and the tissues there and up and underneath. And what that helps is the fascia and the muscles sort of glide a little bit better over one another so you don't feel so stuck. Okay, and then I'm going to step this back foot up a little bit, and I'm going to gently place my foot down. I'm not putting any pressure there, and I'm going to pretend like I'm scribbling. So I'm flushing some things out right here. Take a couple of breaths to do that. Up and down, side to side. And then go and step off the ball. And take a minute right here. So step to the top of your mat. Notice the differences in your feet. Take a big inhale breath, reach the arms all the way up. And we're going to try a little experiment. As you exhale, forward fold, little bend in the knees, and notice if there are any differences right away between how loose one leg feels over the other. And you may or may not notice a subtle difference. Take one more breath down here. And then little bend in the knees. Inhale, roll all the way up. Reach the arms tall, stretch back. Exhale, hands to heart. Place the ball under the other foot, and we're going to do the same thing. So I'll show you front, show you side. Okay, so right away, placing the ball under the bullseye of the foot. Little bit of pressure, and how much pressure you have under that foot is really going to depend on you. So do as much or as little as your body craves right here. So I'm going to step back a little bit. That way I can control that pressure. Good. And we're going to do that pin and hold technique. So just find a spot, breathe into it, add a little pressure, and then back off. Find another spot, do the same thing. And just do that in little spots around your foot. And you might notice hot spots are same or different from side to side. So the reason I wanted to have you guys check when you did your forward fold if there was already a little bit more length or less length from side to side is your fascia isn't just concentrated in one particular area of your body. So you can't say, oh, it's just my foot fascia that's tight. Oh, it's just my lower back fascia that's tighter, or however you want to word that. Your fascia is very much connected from top to bottom, side to side, and across your body. So if you're experiencing tight hamstrings, tight glutes, tight lower back, some of that could be originating from the bottom of your feet. Or if nothing else, rolling the bottom of your feet is going to help at least a little bit, hopefully, with that tension in your lower back. And if nothing else, it's not going to hurt, all right? Now, again, we're not going for those zingers. We're not going for any hot spots right here. We're just trying to find some areas that are maybe just a little sore from the day, especially if you're on your feet a lot, chasing fur babies or other babies around, chasing your in-laws around, whatever your situation is right now. Okay? If you haven't already, go ahead and hang that ball right underneath the foot pad and make some rainbows side to side. Again, those of you joining, this is a myofascial release and yoga class. Thank you for coming. Okay, if you don't have these props at home, go grab yourself a dishcloth, ball it up at the top, use a rubber band, bam, you have a tool you can use right then and there. Okay, good. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to step up a little bit and place the ball underneath the bullseye of the foot again, and I'm going to scribble. So I have very little weight in my right foot. You can add a little bit of weight, but I encourage you to start small. Doesn't take a lot to go a long way here. Now, those of you that are looking for a little something, a little self-massage you can do every day that doesn't take up too much time, do a little bit of this, either first thing when you wake up, before you go to bed, or both. Shouldn't take you more than about 5 minutes if you do a couple minutes each side. And you're already going to start your day off or end your day really well right here. Especially if you don't have someone at home who's too keen to rub your feet at the end of a long day. Good. All right. So let's move that ball over to the side, keeping everything within reach so we can use it in a little bit. Step to the top of your mat, and we're going to do that same thing here. So just stand here for a minute. Notice any differences from side to side. Take an inhale breath, reach the arms all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Little bend in the knees, belly to thighs. Good, inhale. Look up halfway right here. Exhale, fold again. Notice any changes. And then take an inhale. Look up halfway right here. Nice flat back, belly firms, lengthen. As you exhale, plant the hand, step the left foot to the back of your mat, coming into a low lunge on the right. Drop the knee down. Good, inhale, breath, keeping those back toes tucked. We're gonna work that area we just released. Bring the arms all the way up. Lean a little weight back first. Pull the thighs together, belly firm. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink a little deeper, but keep that engagement in the inner thighs. And then interlace the hands behind the head. Pull the elbows back, look up, lean back. Big inhale, breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and release down to your mat. Pop the back knee up and off. Spin the foot flat so that front heel lines up with the back arch. And then inhale, roll the arms open, warrior two. Root down through the outer edge of the back leg, lift through the arches of the feet. Hold it, one full solid breath. Inhale, soft shoulders. Exhale, knit the ribs, release. Lunge a little bit deeper, look for your big toe inside the front knee. Flip the palm, reach and inhale, lean back, reverse warrior. Good, as you inhale, come all the way through, cartwheel the arms down, spin the back heel up, reach the right arm for a twist. Pull this outer right hip back. Inhale, breath, power through the back leg. And exhale, reach the hands down. Drop the left knee down, bring the right knee to meet it. Walk the knees back, walk the hands forward. Inhale into a supported push-up. Exhale, lower down to the belly. Keep the hands where they are, press the toes down, hips down. Inhale, peel the chest off, look over to the right. Good, back through center, look over to the left. Back through center, lower down, walk the hands towards your ribs. As you inhale this time, push, push, push until the elbows, shoulders, and wrists are stacked. Maybe float the thighs, upward facing dog. Inhale here, option to take it low again. And as you exhale, maybe propping to the knees first, push back to downward facing dog. Take a breath. And then notice where the calves are at. Did any of that foot rolling help right here? This is our second time in this position. Good, on the next inhale, reach the right leg nice and high, bend the knee, open through the hips. Bring the shoulders back so they're facing the mat. Take 1 or 2 big circles through that hip joint. And then inhale back to a straight leg. As you exhale, tap the knee in towards your nose. Step the right foot through, this time say high off the back knee. And inhale, reach the arms up. Magnetize the thighs toward one another. I don't know if that's a real word, but we're going to go with it. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, fly the hands back. Pull the belly in, soft shoulders. Fire up the triceps. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, bring hands to heart. Shift your weight into the front leg. We're going to work those muscles that we just stretched out, right? The bottoms of the feet. Step the feet together. Feel the arches fire up. Come into chair pose. Good. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, fly them back. Fire up the back sides of the arms. Maybe roll to tippy toes and balance. 3, 2, and 1. Set the heels down. Inhale, reach up, lean back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, gaze up halfway, maybe bringing hands to shins right here. As you exhale, plant the hands. This time, right foot comes to the back of your mat. Drop the knee down. Keep those back toes tucked for this one. Bring the hands up. Now, again, thighs toward one another, so we're backing up a little bit here. Pelvic floor is lifting, so the lower belly scoops. Good. Inhale, reach the arms, maybe tippy-toe the left foot forward, and then lunge, keeping that energy in between the legs. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, hands behind the head. Inhale, look up, lean back. Good. Inhale, reach the arms all the way back up. Exhale, plant them down. Prop that back knee off the mat and then spin the foot flat. Walk the front foot over so it lines up with the arch of the back foot. Windmill the arms open. Breathe. Go ahead and gaze down at this front knee. Make sure you can see your big toe peeking out. And then draw the tailbone down towards your mat. Soften your gaze, soften your shoulders. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Flip the front palm. Inhale, look up, lean back. Grab an extra breath here. Good, and then as you exhale, arms cartwheel all the way down, back heel lifts. Hug this front hip back, reach the left arm. Inhale, root through the back leg. Exhale, plant the hands, back knee drops, left knee to meet. Walk the knees back, bring the shoulders up, supported push-up. Lower all the way down to the belly. This time, cobra or up dog. So if you're doing it, walk your hands back towards your rib cage for up dog, otherwise hands under shoulders. On the next inhale, push, 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 push. Take your cobra or up dog. Up dog is floating the thighs here. Exhale, maybe back to knees or straight roll over the toes to down dog. Take a breath. Inhale fully. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Take an inhale. Reach the left leg high. Bend the knee. Open up through the hips. Shoulders squared off to the mat. Big circle right here. Inhale back to straight leg. Exhale, tap the knee in towards your nose. And then step between the hands, closer to that left wrist so that you don't feel like you're walking a tightrope here. Thighs toward one another. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fly the hands back. At the same time, push through the back heel. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale, hands to heart. Shift your weight over to that left leg. Step to the top, toes together, chair pose. Inhale, reach, lift the chest. Exhale, fly. Roll to tippy toes. Optional. Lift the heels, balance. 3, 2, set the heels down. Inhale, stand tall, lean back. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. I'm going to add on some myofascial release right there. So inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. And then as you exhale, high five your mat, step the left foot back, drop the knee. Okay, so we've been here before. This time, if you want to untuck the toes, feel free to do so. Your choice. Okay, inhale, thighs together, reach up. Exhale, interlace the hands. Inhale, lean back. Okay, nice big long stretch through the front hip. This is a great one right here if you sit a lot during the day. Good. Release all the way back down to the mat. Adding a little bit on. Go ahead and lengthen through this front leg. Drop the hips back. Windshield wiper back and forth. Okay, so if you're anything like me, you feel like you're, you can almost feel your hamstrings are like guitar strings over tightened a little bit here. So I like to bend my front knee. No matter how much I roll my feet and my calves and my hamstrings, they're always tight. But every little bit that I do, I feel like helps. So I highly encourage doing a little release if you can. Good. Go ahead and come all the way back into your runner's lunge. Back knee off. Spin the foot flat. Wiggle the front foot over. Line it up. Heel to arch. Inhale, windmill the arms open. Now, go ahead and drop the hands down. Just be cool right here. Okay. Take your hand outside the front knee. Push into your hand. Right away, you're going to feel that fire in the inner thigh. You're going to feel it in your back glute. Okay? And then we're going to take our thumbs into the space between our ribs right here. Okay? Backhand can come to hip just for ease. Okay? So find a little spot. Okay? These are your intercostal muscles, and we're going to do a little bit of release right here. So you're going to take an inhale breath, breathe into it, and as you exhale, lean back a little bit, and then back to center. Okay, find a little spot. It can be a little more forward, a little bit back, or right on. I find the area in the back, like right along my serratus right here, gets super tight. So I like to move a little toward the back. Okay, thumb to the intercostals. Take an inhale breath. Maybe lean back a little bit. And back to center. Now if this front leg is burning, good. If you notice the knee starting to come inward, push it back out. Find another spot. Do this a few times. Inhale. Exhale. Back to center. 2 more spots. Let's go for 2 more. So find areas where you find you're the tightest. I'm usually right around here. So it's kind of like that bra strap area right here. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Find a little spot, maybe further forward or back. Inhale. Exhale. And back to center. Good. From here, open the arms up. Okay, reposition that front knee. It's very sneaky. Flip the front palm. Inhale, lean back. Notice if you have a little more length through your reverse warrior. And exhale all the way through center. This time, side angle pose. So elbow can drop down to the knee. Top arm extends high. The idea here is not to use this as a crutch, but to use it as a gauge, okay? Just a place where you can kind of make sure you're in alignment. Same thing goes if your hand comes down to the mat. I don't want you leaning so far into here. It's very subtle, okay? If you have your hand inside the leg, push hand to knee and knee to hand. Use a little muscle power here. Take the top arm, extend it overhead. Maybe look up. One more breath. Arches of the feet firing up right here. Good. And then inhale, roll all the way back up. Straighten through the front leg, flip the palm. Inhale, lean back, reverse triangle. Again, really opening through the side body that we just worked. Inhale through center, tuck the hips back, reach long, Trikonasana, triangle. Finding a prop under hand, if that works for you. Or you can come straight down, shins work too. Good, lift the left arm. And then think about rotating right here through the ribs. So again, we're still working that area that we just stretched out a bit. And then lengthen through the tailbone. So pull your front hip bones up a little bit here. Good. Inhale, breath. Exhale, reach the top arm overhead. Those of you who want a little more fire in your practice, you can extend the bottom arm with it for 3, 2, and 1. Cartwheel the arms down, rebend the front leg, flip the back heel up. Inhale, take a twist, right arm reaches. And exhale, drop the hands down. This time, option to take it to the knee or option to hang out in your plank, your choice. If you're taking plank, move forward, elbows in, lower halfway or all the way. Option to use those knees. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Big inhale breath here. Exhale like you're fogging up a window. And inhale, take the right leg high. Same leg, bend the knees, stack the hips, open it up. Inhale, straight leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Step through crescent A, high lunge. Okay, thighs pull together. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, fly the hands back. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart. Lean forward, lift the belly. This time, warrior 3. Shift your weight, pick the back leg up. Option to take this down to a prop. This could be your warrior 3 right here. It does not have to be high. I just want hips down, belly firm, lengthen the lower back. That's all we're going for. If you can, maybe take it a little lower through the front body, gaze down, lift a little higher through the back body. For 3, 2, and 1. Little bend in the standing leg. Step the feet together. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fly the hands back. Option to float the heels. Inhale, set the heels down. Look up, lean back. Exhale, hands to heart. Second side, inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, high five your mat, right foot back. Drop the back knee down, untuck or tuck the toes, your choice. Thighs together, inhale, reach up. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the head. And as you inhale, nice big opening through the front side body, really focusing on getting into that right hip a little more. Good. On the next exhale, come all the way back down to the mat. Shift your weight back, half splits. Okay, again, if you have a prop, bring it underhand right here. So the one thing, and then go ahead and windshield wiper back and forth. One of the things I really like about myofascial release incorporated into yoga is you get to kind of see, how easy it is to just do a couple of moves, a couple of minutes a day. It doesn't have to be a whole 60-minute workshop that you're attending. It can literally be stepping out of bed and rolling your feet, or standing up from your desk and doing some release on the intercostals. I'm going to show you some stuff for your traps and upper back as well today. So it doesn't have to be really big. Okay, you just got to keep it simple. The easier it is, the more likely we're to do it, right? Good. From here, go and take it all the way back up into your runner's lunge. Back heel pushes, knee lifts off, spin the foot flat. Okay, so I'm going to demo from the other side so you can see me from the front here. Okay, when you're ready, windshield wiper, the arms open, and then push through the back foot. Relax your arms. Okay, just get comfy in this pose right here. Take the front hand outside the front knee, push into it right away. Feel your legs supporting your knee. Okay, and then back hand to the hip, just for ease, nothing more. Front thumb, okay, or the left thumb. You're going to find some space, and I'll show you once from the back here as well. So you're going to find some space in between your rib cage. When I talked about working with the back of my body, I get tight really far back here, not so much on the side or the front, but right back here, okay? So that's kind of the space I'm working. I'll show you one from the side here. So once you found a good spot you kind of want to work into, we don't want that hard bone, we want the soft space in between, okay? Inhale, breath. Exhale, lean back. And inhale back to center. Find a new spot. Okay, inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Okay, so you're going to do that a few times, working at your own pace, checking in with this front knee, push it out. Okay, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Okay, let's take about 3 more times. 3 more spots here. Inhale, breath. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Okay, last one. Inhale, breath. Exhale. And then inhale back to center. Good. Check back in with this front knee. Push through the outer edge of the back foot. Open up. Open up the arms. Flip the palm. Inhale, look up, lean back, and see if you've created any more space over here. And again, it could be subtle. You might not even feel it, so don't be discouraged if you don't. Good. Inhale back to center. Side angle. Front elbow to the knee. Top arm reaches. Again, you can take this all the way down to the ground, but wherever you are, we don't want this slumping. Call this like the grouchy teenager pose right here. All right. So make it strong. Use your leg as a guideline, not as a support. Maybe bring the hand down to mat or prop. Okay. Inhale, breath. Exhale, top arm reaches overhead. Now maybe even feeling the space we created on that other side. One more breath. Don't forget about the back leg. And inhale all the way back up. Woo, now we can straighten through the front leg. Maybe even walk this back foot up a little bit if you feel kind of wide. Reach, flip, and inhale, lean back, reverse triangle. As you exhale, take it to triangle. So hips move back, reach nice and long. Okay, prop, ankle, shin, whatever works. Open up. So we have a tendency to kind of lean back. We think we're leaning and twisting from our whole body, but a lot of times it's just pulling this top shoulder back. Realign it. Strengthen the legs. Roll this front inner thigh out, and then find some space in the lower back. Start from there, and then allowing the arm to move with you, rotate through the upper body. That'll keep it nice and strong. Lift the arches. Exhale, extend the top arm overhead. Leave it here or reach the bottom hand with it for 3, 2, and 1. Cartwheel the hands down. Rebend the front leg. Come into runner's lunge. Right hand down, front hip back. Take a twist. Inhale, breath. Exhale, hand to mat, back to plank or modified plank on the knees. Your choice. Inhale here. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and exhale through to downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, big ah. Belly scoops, left leg lifts. Inhale, bend the knee, open up. Inhale, back to straight. Exhale, knee to nose, step through, high crescent lunge. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, as the arms shoot back, that's a reminder to power through the back leg. Inhale, reach the arms up again. Try not to squeeze the toes. Exhale, hands to heart. Shift your weight, shift your gaze. Take it to warrior 3. Let's fly. Again, warrior 3 for you. It might look like this. It might look something like this. Okay, whatever you do though, I want you to really power through the legs. Drop the floating hip. Okay, maybe hands to heart. Now, find some space in the lower back. That means we're really pulling the belly button into the spine. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Soft bend in the standing leg. Step together, chair. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, fly it back. Float the heels. And set the feet down. Inhale, look up, lean back. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, you can stay at the top of your mat or step to the center. We're going to take a standing half moon pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. And let's warm up by grabbing a hold of the right wrist and bending over to the left. Inhale, back to center. Switch your grip. Exhale, other side. Inhale, back to center. This time, go ahead and interlace your fingers. You can see my fingers are interlaced in front of me. Thumbs are crossed, index finger is released. Inhale, stand nice and tall. And as you exhale, bend over to the right side. Okay, squeeze the biceps to the ears. Lengthen the tailbone, roll the inner thighs back. So the best way I can describe this is if you had a tennis ball between your legs, you would be trying to shoot it toward the person behind you. Okay, good. Root down through the outer edge of that opposite foot. Soft shoulders, soft gaze. Take it a little further. Really pull on that top hand and find the stretch. And inhale back to center. Switch your grip. Take it back up. Biceps to ears. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale over to the left. Good. Okay, shoulders and hips forward. Roll the inner thighs back. Knit the ribs together. And then don't forget to breathe. Good. Push through the outer opposite foot. Inhale here. Exhale a little bit deeper for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale back up. And exhale, release. Take the hands to the lower back. We're going to move the flesh out of the way here. Okay, so kind of the top of the bum, the flesh on top of the sacrum. We're going to create a little space in the lower back. And then let your thumbs rest right here at the nape of your back. And take the feet about hip distance or so apart. Okay, so fingers are right here on your hips. Inhale, broad chest. As you exhale, strong legs. Take it into a little back bend. It doesn't have to be deep, just moving the spine in some different directions. And inhale, come on back up. Little bend in the knees. Exhale right into a fold. And think about swirling a witch's cauldron or fingers in a creek, whatever analogy you want to use here, just kind of side to side. Good, take an inhale, look up halfway. Then exhale, plant the hands, step back into a plank position. Push between the shoulder blades, roll forward, maybe to the knees. Inhale here, exhale, lower. Hands come back by your hips. Press the toes, press the tops of the hips. Inhale, peel the chest off, hold it, look down for 3, 2. Last breath. Good. Hands by ribs or shoulders. Inhale, press up, cobra or down dog, or upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Good. Okay, from here, look between the hands, step or hop all the way through, come to a seat, grab a hold of one of your rollers. We're going to do a little more release before we continue to flow. I'm going to use my single one. Okay, you are welcome to use your makeshift one or your tennis ball. And we're going to work some areas in the hips and then continue to work and stretch the hips right here. So we're going to take this all the way down into a laying down position, and I will show you some different steps along the way as best as I can. But like I said, please send me your feedback. I'd love to hear what you want more of, or if you have any questions. So we're going to start with my left hip. You start with whatever hip you want. We're going to do both sides. I'm going to lift up just like I would for a bridge pose, and I'm going to take this ball, and I'm going to find the bullseye of my glute. Okay, and then I'm going to come down. So it should be right about underneath your bum. I'm going to take the opposite leg, and I'm going to lengthen it out. And then I'm going to take the leg that the ball is under, I'm going to let that knee butterfly out to the side. Whoo, and you might feel that right away. Wow, I'm going to go ahead and move my ball a little bit because that was a little intense for me. If it's intense for you too, what I would recommend is grabbing yourself another prop that you can rest, and I'll show you right here underneath your knee, which is what I'm going to do. I'm a runner, so this really hurts. I should say it's very intense is more like it. All right. And I'm going to use this to make it not so intense for me. Okay, so you do you. I'm going to show you what this looks like one more time. So I'm basically looking to get it right under my seat over here and then find some spots, okay, along here. Knee comes up, move the ball, knee flaps back out. I'm going to come and read your comments in case anybody has any questions about it. Oh man, yeah, I know. It's just, right? It's the worst. It hurts so good. All right, so it sounds like most of you guys are getting it. If I see oh man and oh my gosh and all the weird angry emojis, I'm going to guess that you're in the right spot. Oh, yep, I'm going to need that block again. There we go. So remember I said before, myofascial release doesn't have to be intense. I'm using a block because, ow, I know I'm going to get the benefits without going super, super deep here. Okay, you have lots of layers to your fascia, your tissues, your muscles. We just want to work a little at a time. And I don't know about you, but if you anticipate something coming up, and this is pretty much for everybody, whether it's a car accident, which is very good scientific proof here, or just something else like you anticipate like tripping over something and you can't move out of the way in time, your body tenses up, okay? And it actually creates more injury that way. Well, your muscles are going to do the same thing if you come at them, bam, with a roller. So we want to sort of take them out on a date, give them a couple glasses of wine, and then be like, oh, okay, now we can go dance, all right? We need to let them know that they are not going to be black and blue tomorrow, and then they'll stretch a little better for us, okay? Okay, so a couple more times. Just find a couple more spots right here. We're doing what's called the pin and hold. We're not flushing. We're not moving across the tissue here. Okay, we're not doing what we did with the ribs where we pin and hold and then stretch. Okay, we're just kind of hanging. And then when you're done, we're going to move straight to the other side. But first, what I'd really like you to do is plant your opposite foot back on the ground, the one that was lengthened. Take the one you were stretching ankle to knee. Excuse me. And then pull that leg up, that bottom leg up. And see how the stretch feels now. So for those of you that are used to doing pigeon in an upright seated position, this is your lying down pigeon right here. And you might find that you're able to get into pigeon a little bit easier now that we've kind of softened the tissue up a little bit. Okay. And this just might feel like a really good stretch after that pressure. And go ahead and release. And we're going to take this into the other side. So find a spot, lift up, ball places under the glute, set it down. And you're going to have to move it around. This is not an exact science. Opposite leg lengthens, leg you're stretching, leg you're doing myofascial release on, butterflies out. Yep, same thing here. So I'm going to go ahead and get my block. And I'm going to prop my knee up a little bit, nice and high to start out with so it's not so intense. Another option is if you don't have something to use this little kickstand right here, dish towels, I'm telling you, they are like the world's best prop. Grab it, wrap it around your tool, okay? So it'll look kind of like this. And it'll soften it up a little bit. Rad Roller also has a more therapeutic version of some of these more firm balls. It's a recovery roller. It's a little bit bigger than the one that I'm using. I'll see if I can bring it next time. And it's just a lot softer. So again, it's not so assaulting to the tissues. if you tend to be a little more sensitive, or even if like you're an athlete, athletes tend to say, oh, more is better, I want it to hurt, da 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 da. But the truth is their muscles are just so overworked all the time that really they're the ones who should be using, amongst many of us, more of a softer prop. Good. Just do a little pin and hold. Nice deep breaths here. And don't forget to try a few spots. You can take this pretty high up as long as we're not bone on bone, and pretty far over, so not quite all the way rolling over to the sides where our hip flexors kind of come across, but pretty far over to the side. And you can take it a little further inward as well. Again, the further inward you get, the closer you're going to get to your tailbone and some of the surrounding bones, like your sacrum if you go up high, so we want to stay off bone. Mostly it just doesn't feel good if you do that. Good. Maybe find 1 or 2 more spots. Feel free to revisit a spot that really worked for you last time. Good. And then when you're ready, feel free to stay a little longer if you like. Go ahead and release. Okay, again, props within reach off to the side. Plant your opposite foot, the one you weren't stretching on the ground, the one you were doing release on, ankle crosses over the knee. Okay, figure 4 on the ground, pull the bottom leg up, and enjoy a nice little stretch here. Okay, take one more breath right here. And then slowly release. Okay, from here, go and roll all the way up and find your way to a tabletop position once again. Okay, we're just going to do one more short flow and then one more myofascial release. Okay, find a downward facing dog. Deep inhale breath. Deep exhale breath. Good, take an inhale breath. Reach the right leg up nice and high. Okay, exhale, hug it in, knee to nose, step through, warrior 1. So spin the back foot flat, but keep the hips forward. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the back, open through the chest, and then bow down inside that front leg. Okay, and then tuck the front hip back. So right away, we're going to start kind of working that area that we just released. One of the things, again, that I like about doing yoga and myofascial release is we're going to work as we progress through this series of myoflow, not just releasing the muscles, but also maybe even if we can, retraining them a little bit to fire correctly so we don't get so bound up over time. And then releasing and stretching again. Good, inhale, reach the arms back up. As you do so, spin the back heel off the mat, come into crescent lunge. Exhale, bring the hands to heart. Lean forward. This is going to feel familiar. Pick up warrior 3 just for a pause, just for a breath. Inhale here. Okay, fire up the bottom of that top glute. And as you exhale, swing that back leg forward, figure 4, standing. Sit back. Good. Inhale, back up. Crunch the knee in towards your chest. Exhale, fly it back, warrior 3. Okay, lift from the bottom of the glute. Inhale, reach it forward. Exhale, figure 4. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, sweep it forward. Exhale, figure 4. Hold. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, set the foot down. Hands come to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Belly scoops. Inhale, look up. Exhale, straight back to down dog this time. Okay, big step back. Take the left leg high. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Bring it through, back foot flat, warrior 1. Hips forward, arms reach. Inhale here. Exhale, interlace the hands. This time, opposite hand on top. Draw the chest through. And as you exhale, belly pulls back, forward fold. Think about crushing. As my kids like to say, I crushed that. Okay, we're going to crush this pose by pushing through the outside edge of that back foot. So everything's nice and strong. We're really working here. Belly pulls in. And inhale, reach the arms up. As you do so, lift the back heel, come into crescent lunge. Exhale, hands pull to heart. Lean forward, look forward, pick the back leg up, warrior three. Pull from the base of the seat. Flex the foot, hip and kneecap down. Inhale here. As you exhale, sweep the leg forward. Ankle to knee, figure four balancing. Inhale, crunch the knee in. Exhale, sweep it back. Pull from the base of the seat. And maybe fall over like me. Inhale, reach it forward. Exhale, figure four. One more time. Inhale, knee up. Exhale, sweep it back. Warrior three. Pull from the base of the seat. Knee down, hip down. Lengthen. Inhale, kick it. Exhale, figure four. Hold. One full inhale. And one full exhale. Good. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, release, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, back to down dog. Ripple through to plank. Chest forward, push through the heels, pull the sternum through. Come to tippy toes, drop to the knees, drop to the chest, slither through. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower down. One more time, inhale, cobra, fire up the muscles in the back. Exhale, lower, push up to tabletop position. Okay, knees come through, grab your prop once again. Okay, so we did this a little bit last time. Actually, we're going to skip that one. So this time we're going to use your double one. And I'm going to show you from a seated position, but I find this more comfortable from a lying down position. So a couple weeks ago, we did this really nice release where we had a single ball. We found that tissue between your spine and your scapula, and we worked that area. Now, if your if the space, your rhomboids, okay, and your lats, everything kind of, that big juicy muscle in the back is really hurting you today, I'll show you some stuff you can do after I do this next exercise. But we had a request for some traps. So I'm actually going to work a little bit into the neck today to try and release some of that pressure in the upper portion, because when people say traps, a lot of times they're talking about this part and not the big extended lats that come down here. I know people get it mixed up sometimes. So I'm assuming that's what this person wanted. So I'm going to show you some stuff you can do. And I want you to think about juicing. So you ever have like a cup and a device and you like juice? Okay, like some oranges or some lemons. That's pretty big around here this time of year. We're going to do the same thing with your double roller for your neck. I'm not going to ask you to push really hard. The neck is pretty sensitive, and this is better lying down, but I'll show you sitting up, and I want you to take this down. You can use your sock puppet here to do the same thing. So remember how we did pushing into the intercostals and stretch? We're going to do the same thing in this area along the neck. So you're going to take your double roller, whatever you have. You can even do this with a single one. It doesn't have to be two. I just like to have something to hang on to, okay? And you're going to find a little spot alongside your neck, and I think this is going to help with the tops of your shoulders. Again, if you have requests, leave them. We'll see if we can get those for you next time around. All right, so find a spot where we hold on to that tension, not at tops of shoulders, but side of neck. Move my mic out of the way, and I'll move a little closer to show you a little bit. Lengthen the muscle away from your prop, back to center. Find a little spot, a little bit of pressure, juice it, so a little twist, and then lengthen, okay? So again, please take this down to your mat. You're just going to find your neck relaxes a lot more. But if you're sitting at an office desk, okay, home office desk during the day, this is such a handy thing to do when you find that you're creeping up like this. Okay, so we're going to do a few more times on this side. While you guys do the push, twist, lengthen right here, I'm going to show those of you who are like, yeah, that's not bothering me so much. It's this space back here. I'm going to get you guys covered right here. So you're going to take your single roller or your single prop, whatever you're using, and you're going to find the space between your scapula on one side. You pick the side. We're going for muscle, not bone. So I like to kind of pat myself across and onto the back. Usually that's a pretty good hot spot for most people. And we're going to lie all the way back. And then once the roller is there, oh, yep, that gets it. Okay, bend the knees, and we can just do a very simple pin and hold. The other option is if you want to create a little more stretch and movement, thumb facing up, bring the arm in line, so shoulder, elbow, wrist. Lift, 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 lift toward the ceiling, and then relax back down. Lift, 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 lift toward the ceiling, and then relax back down. Okay? And then eventually you can come right into that nice full relaxing position, no movement of the arm. Okay, and I like to find a couple of spots on my back to do that. So I've essentially given you two options to do. You pick the one that works best for you. I'm going to hit my neck a little bit. If you've been doing on one side of the neck, we're going to go ahead and switch. Those of you that just started on the shoulder, I will let you know when to switch, and we're all going to join you right there, okay? So again, you're doing a little push, juice, lengthen, switching to the other side now, push, juice, and lengthen. Amazing. I'm just waiting for someone to tune in right now and go, this is the most boring yoga class. The teacher's not even talking right now. I don't want to talk. This feels really good. Okay, feel free to switch back to any other hot spots you felt. Those of you doing your shoulders, hopefully you had a chance to hit up a couple of sweet spots on one side. I want you to go ahead and switch sides. Those of us that are doing some areas on the neck, finish up on your last spot. And we're going to meet the shoulder folks down. If you have something, like I said, a tube sock with a couple of tennis balls in it, if you have a way of having a double roller, we can do the same thing with a double roller, or you can switch to a single one. It's your choice, but we're going to meet those folks down there with the shoulders and just take a few seconds here to get a little bit of what they're doing, okay? So go ahead and roll down onto your back, but first give yourself a pat on the back, one side or the other. I'll tell you when to switch. The shoulder folks, you should be just about getting over to the other side if you haven't already. Okay, and I'm going to show you back here what we're going for. So here is your spine. And if you walk your fingers up to the right between the base of your neck and the tip top of where your thoracic spine starts, you're going to find a big lump right there. Okay, that's C7, cervical spine number 7. You want to come below that, or vertebrae number 7, excuse me. All right, and then go into the juicy area, the meaty part, not bone, but right next to it, not bone, right next to it. So right in between your scapula and your spine, and just find a spot, okay? Again, it doesn't matter where you start. Make sure nobody has any big questions right here. Good. Awesome job. All right, so this is where I'm going to leave you guys today. Okay, this is going to be our Shavasana today because I know how great this is and how much y'all are going to love it. So I want you to all end on your shoulders today and then take the last few minutes, if you have it, to just unwind and reap the benefits of this beautiful practice. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed some myofascial release. More tips coming. Thank you again for Yoga Moves Us for hosting this, and I look forward to seeing everybody again next week.